everyone, and welcome. We are going to do an April wrap. I'm finally ahead of the game, and how is April already done? Today is April 30th. Tomorrow is May 1st, which is a holiday for me, so I'm very, very stoked about that. But we're going to talk about April and how May, we're going to completely change the game. So, that said, how did we do? So here we go. Now I've tried to pull the camera just a teensy bit closer, but housing was good to go. I did pay the $9 extra to have it paid just through my debit card. Food, we were on track. We were actually $5 less. So we did $3.95. Healthcare, I got sick this month. I got super sick after I had thrown my kitty her birthday party, and a bunch of other people did too. So something went around that wasn't COVID, that wasn't the flu. It was gnarly, but it took me a week to get over it. We did pay $750 in loans. This includes credit cards. I have been utilizing my Capital One credit card and then immediately paying it off. So I'll be paying it off with this next check. Entertainment, I did about $186, so I did go to some events. I did spend some of that holiday money that I had saved up for two things. One for Juneteenth and then two for Beltane, which is tomorrow for me. My biggest win this month was going to my first vending event. I did go over it because I forgot about Easter. And it's just because it's not a really big holiday for me, but it's a big holiday for my friends and my family. So that's just something to factor in. Like, life has its rando expenses, but I wanted to be there. I wanted to be part of the luncheon that we had, and I certainly wanted to be able to contribute to my family because my grandmother usually is the one cooking. A huge win this month I haven't talked about is in case you've seen it on my Instagram, I am going to be taking a break from it because it really doesn't get a ton of traction. But I've officially reached $1,000 in my tiny house fund, which is so cool. That means I'm a fifth of the way to having a down payment and then just breaking for a little bit to pay off student loans. And so even as I look back through my expenses, I see that a lot of it really was just to bills and then so much of it to debt and then staying the course. And mind you, I did live. I did go out. I did take myself out to eat a handful of times. And I think that one of my challenges for me might just be leaving burger joints alone, like McDonald's and Burger King and all that, because it's quick and sometimes I get really low on energy. So I'm gonna try. Okay, I have a confession. I'm not one of those people that can just go into Trader Joe's and like get one thing. Trader Joe's, I have been avoiding it because it's like what Target used to be for me. I haven't shopped at Target in months, but Trader Joe's is one of those places that I see red and then I want to get all the things. Trader Joe's is like a $60 trip for me every time. And as long as you plan for it, that's fine. But the thing is, I really feel like I go into Trader Joe's, I black out, and I come out with like a $60, $70, $80. You know what I mean? Like, there's always that one store. Trader Joe's is that for me just because I know. But I am going to try to incorporate more easy dishes as I'm prepping and stockpiling because times is hard. So now let's talk about May. Oh, one thing I forgot about April is that I was able to get current on all but like 2 or 3 bills. I actually did forget to pay my phone bill, so I paid that off right away. I need to pay off 1 medical bill that's just $110, and then 2, I need to start being very serious about paying down my student loans. And they kept like I don't know what's going on, man. But they had sent my student loan to a debt collector and then sent it right back to AES. It's a whole mess. And I have been trying to consistently pay some of it off through a check. It's not high priority for me, but given everything that's going on, I still want to get it out of the gate. So that said, here are some of the goals that I've laid out. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't completely sat down and filled out my May calendar yet. We'll get to the first paycheck in May. But that said, I want to pay all my bills early. I'm going to start doing a 1 month ahead, and I'll show you here on the next page. I don't want any consumer debt. I want to go the entire month of May without using my Capital One card or my Nordstrom card. There is a Nordstrom anniversary sale coming up in, I think, June or July. I want to use that because I need a lot of clothes right now. I need underdrawers and I need leggings. And respectfully and disrespectfully, Old Navy leggings, they cut it for a little while, but I wear my clothes out. Clothes are not my vice. It's like crafts and arts supplies. And I want to pay down student loans. So May is going to change the game, and I'll talk about it a little bit. But I have been paying off rent with like 1 check per month. I don't like that. And I don't like that because I don't like it when the check clears and I only have like $100 or $50 left. That makes me feel I want to be settled. I want to know that regardless of whether I take it out at the beginning of the month or the end of the month, that the money is there and ready to be collected. So I'm going to start this in May. Starting in May, I'm going to save half of my rent and then pay it with the second check still. That way I know for certain whether a bill comes early or late, the money is there. So $833 will go to rent. The rest of it is bills. Y'all have heard this spiel: Hulu, MetLife, Adobe, Google, Lumen. Lumen is just my CenturyLink. It's my internet phone. I'm going to save half for it. And then Light, I'm going to save half for it. So I'm going to try to do the 1 month ahead while I'm also saving for 1 month ahead. So I want to have this stuff stacked. Okay. My minimum per month that I want to save towards tiny house is $1,600. So that also means that half of my tiny house, $833, is also getting pulled from my account and then put into savings. Same with the emergency fund. That way I'll have $100 give or take to play with. Now, this isn't actually all of the overtime that I've added in here for $135. I've done more, and I'm probably going to do more this week because I would really love an extra $500. I'm also waiting on a referral because I got somebody hired at my job, which I don't know if it's $500 or $750, and I also don't know if it's taxed. But I should be receiving at least another $500 on top of that, and that a portion of it will go to tiny house, at least $500, and the rest of it I think I'll do for savings challenge because that is what's fun for me. That's what keeps me consistent, and I need a little bit of play money. I have promised myself in the past when I do overtime that $40 of that is going to go to fun. I think I'm going to reincorporate that because that makes it less, I feel less restricted when I've talked about factoring in the fun, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like fun needs to be just beyond eating out. Like fun needs to be a trip to Daiso, Miniso, like one of those little Japanese like arts stores is what brings me so much joy. Or a video game. I haven't bought a new game on Steam in a very long time, and I would love to play Baldur's Gate or the new Southern game that came out. Cannot think of it right now. It's by Compulsion Games. I'm gonna kick myself for this. So groceries is gonna go up by $20. Whether I like it or not, I live in a very expensive state, and I also know I'm gonna stock up. Gas is still $40. Diana is gonna get bumped up to $47. So what you might see on Sundays is a noticeable split of like one video is just going to be variable expenses and the other one's going to be savings, and that's okay. You might not notice it. I will, because I love playing games. but that's okay. And then 100 is going to go to student loans, because whether I like it or not, this is what's going to bump up my credit, especially with all my debt paid off. So that is the plan, is having half for rent at the beginning of the month. We're going to see how this goes. This is my test month. I need to try new things out because it is freaking me out when the rent check comes out, and it's just my own anxiety. Like poverty, trauma, it's like a whole thing of like constantly being worried about when that check clears, do I have enough? And this will just give me some peace of mind. That's what this is about. I'm an anxious person, and I do the best that I can to at least plan for it, as someone who used to be super duper super super disorganized. But that said, if we keep at it, and plus the referral plus OT, I could potentially hit at least 35K this month alone. And I'm going to keep pushing and be gentle, and also like be mindful of like how much I'm giving, like of my time I'm giving, because also there's a certain point where my back can't really handle as much overtime as I was doing when I was in my 20s, right? I'm 37, y'all. I want and I have a very soft life, and I want to keep that. So that's my update. I'm so curious about how y'all are splitting your checks. Does it all come out of one check? Do you save 1 month ahead? For those of you that have done 1 month ahead, what has been successful for you? Let me know in the comments below. All right, this has been Frugal Latina. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to subscribe. Subscribe again. I'd love to have you part of the Frugal fam. And this is for all my techies out there. You are seen. Hang in there. And I'll see you in the next video. Adios.